Hello, Mayor, Board. My name is, actually, let's take the mask off here, a little bit easier to talk. My name is Brett Douglas, and this is my son, Tyler. Tyler told me that he wanted to let you, Mr. Mayor, know about something that he and his classmates do during school at recess, right? I know that there's a time limit, like I said, 3 minutes. We've got 6 total. Hopefully you can give us another minute or two, please. He wants to give his speech first, then I'm going to follow up next. So without further ado, I give you my son. And he just wanted to talk to you. I'm sorry for the rest of the board. You just don't have the same rock star appeal among the elementary school crowd. But, go ahead.
Dear Mr. Mayor, March 26-20-22. I've been doing kids' duty at school. Kids' duty is finding trash and throwing it in the trash to help the earth. I do this at Holly Grove School Elementary. I am first grade. I was hoping we could build a robot to help us do kids' duty. That eats trash and spits it in the trash can. Thank you. Sincerely, Tyler Dublick.
Good job.
Very nice.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and the rest of the board for listening to my son's concerns regarding his classmates' efforts to clean up their school and the world around them as a whole. He and his friends who participate in kids' duty are setting a great example, not only to other children within his school, but to the community in general. I could not be more proud of my son for coming up with this idea and implementing it. While we understand that this time period is for public comments, I'd ask that you consider creating and passing a bill similar to the one which we've thought a lot about, aptly titled the Kids' Duty Act. This acronym would stand for Knowledge and Interest, hold it down, of district students, show it to them, of district students about doing good environmentally by utilizing our town's youth. As you can see here, it says, "We help the earth." There's a picture of them throwing away trash in the Holly Grove playground. This was actually on a weekend, so technically we were trespassing, so I'm sorry. Please. This is the Boston Dynamics robot that you can see, who actually you might have seen him on YouTube dancing to Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. This bill would help to enable and educate children on the positive impact that they can have on their environment by helping to clean up and beautify their everyday surroundings. Not only does this help make things look nice, but it also instills a sense of pride, of ownership, and responsibility in children. Another reason why we think that creating and passing this legislation would be great for the community overall is because it would show our children that they can make a difference and that their voices matter, no matter how small they are. Kids would realize they can effectuate change in their local communities, and that community activism isn't something that they just see adults do on WRAL or other local news stations. It's something that they can participate in too. And as for you, Mayor Mayevsky, they get to see that the mayor isn't the Wizard of Oz, right? Some bigger-than-life mystical person, nor are you Mayor Quimby, a caricature of a politician whose self-interest is comically at odds with the well-being of the town, right? You're neither of those things. You're just a person who can help people get things done in their local community. And as a municipal finance professional myself and the treasurer of his school's PTA, I'm keenly aware that budgetary issues, there are budgetary issues and constraints. Now, with that said, in the annual 2021 to 2022 budget, there's approximately $185,000 earmarked towards having an engaged, healthy, and active community, with most of this being earmarked for general landscaping projects and Sug Farm and Bass Lake operations. That said, he and I would both formally request that the town research the feasibility and viability of building a robot that eats trash and spits it out in the trash at his school. As I'm sure all of us here can agree, to elementary school students, having a school robot would be really, really awesome. However, we understand that there's only so much funding and that projects must be funded equitably. If a robot that eats and disposes of trash would not fit into the budget, then we would ask that this legislation be given just a very small piece of the engaged, healthy, and active community pie. We would be asking for approximately $50, which would go towards trash bags and grabber tools, which would help the children to pick up waste without getting their hands too dirty or bending over too much. Additionally, I think if you pass the legislation, the children would love to have you at the school to present and talk about it. The last but probably the most important reason why you might want to do this is that I don't think it's a big secret to anyone that our planet in general is getting dirtier and more polluted, particularly with single-use plastics, which can break down into microplastics. These pollute the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Like any monumental task, the contributions of any one participant are negligible at best. However, many small actors, no matter how small or tiny or young they are, working together in an organized fashion can make a large difference. And I'd like for this to be the case for our town, for Wake County, and our community in general. And I can't think of better people to instill these ideas and values of cooperation and teamwork in than the people who are eventually going to inherit the Earth's future circumstances. Our children are the real stakeholders here, so let's give them the tools to make a difference. For the too long didn't read version, we'd like to ask the board to think about funding a robot that eats trash and spits it in the trash can to help my son and his friends do kids' duty. If that isn't in the budget, then grabber tools would be a close second. In closing, we'd like to thank the board for your time and for considering our proposed legislation. Regardless of your decision, we hope that this has been informative. The town clerk has our contact information, so please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or would like to discuss the idea outside of an official town business setting. Finally, for those of you who are watching at home online, who probably consist only of his grandparents and a few of my high school buddies, please feel free to spread this message, and if you do so on social media, please use the hashtag KidsDuty right here. Thank you, and have a good night. I apologize, it's getting really close to bedtime, so we're going to have to leave. But everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice job.